Good day, everyone. Today we're gonna be deep diving into the life sciences grade 10 term 3 scope. So I'm sorry about that. There are gonna be 10 weeks provided or 11 weeks provided for you to learn or to be taught within term 3. What you are gonna learn in the life science from the first week to the third week is the history of life and earth. Life history changed throughout the history of life on earth. Different representations of the history of life on earth, the relationship to changes in the composition of the atmosphere, geological events, just like movements of continents and their effect on the distribution of life organisms, like biography. You're gonna learn the geological time scale, meaning and use of time scales, details not to be memorized, the three eras, the Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Coinozoic, each era divided into periods, names of periods not to be memorized. Cambrian explosion, origins of early forms of animals groups. Life forms have gradually changed to become past life forms. In the last 4 million years, significant changes have occurred in species occurring in Africa, like humans. You're gonna learn also about the mass extinctions. There have been 5, 2 of which are particularly important. 250 MYA resulted in the extinction of the 90% of all life on Earth, and 65 MYA, which stands for 65 million years ago, resulted in the extinction of many species, including the dinosaurs. The rate of the extinction on the Earth at present is higher than at any time in the past. The present time has been called the sixth extinction. You're also going to learn about the fossil information and methods of dating, like radiometric dating and relative dating. Within the 4th to 9th week, you're going to cover the biosphere to ecosystems topic, which within the subtopic, you're going to learn about the biosphere, biomes, environment, ecosystems, abiotic factors, biotic factors, energy flow, cycles, and cycles again. Within the biosphere, you should know the concept of biosphere, interconnectedness with and components of global ecosystem, which is the hydrosphere, lithosphere, atmosphere, and atmosphere. Within the biome, you should know the terrestrial and aquatic biomes of southern Africa and give a general description of how climate, soil, and vegetation influence the organisms found in the biomes. Location of the different biomes in SA. Within the environment, you should know the concept of environment to show human activities in and interactions with the natural environment, abiotic and biotic factors, effects on the community. You also learn about the ecosystems, the concept of ecosystem structure and ecosystem functioning. We also deep dive into the abiotic factors, which are the geographic factors like aspect, slope, and altitude, so light, day, temperature, water, atmospheric gases, and winds. Within the biotic factors, we find the producers, consumers, and decomposers. Within the energy flow through ecosystems and relationship to trophic structure, trophic levels, producers, consumers, herbivores and carnivores, and omnivores, as well as decomposers. Within the cycles, we learn about the flowcharts of the following cycles: nutrient, water, and oxygen. The flowchart of following cycles: carbon and nitrogen cycles. Names, example nitrates, and are required, but no detail of chemistry is necessary. Within week 10, biodiversity and classification will be taught about. Classification schemes, a way of organizing biodiversity. Brief history of classification, scientific attempt to classify organisms based on shared features. As information increases, classification changes. One of the currently accepted classification systems is the 5-kingdom system: Animalia, Plantae, Fungi, Protista, and Monera, which is like bacteria inside. Naming things in science: species, concept, and binomial system. Focus on Linus Calvin and his role in classification systems. Why do we use Latin? Differences between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Link to cell structure. So this is what you are gonna learn within the Life Science Grade 10, Term 3. And within week 11, there's gonna be a consolidation and revision provided for, or you can do it yourself or revise yourself for everything that has been taught in here.